So, quick update to say that Random RPG Maker will be going on pause during March. I don't usually make personal videos, I guess, but I didn't really know how to explain it without saying exactly what's happening. So yeah, I'm not exactly shy about saying it, I'm non-binary. So I'm going to get top surgery. I've been on the waiting list for about 7 or so years, so words cannot express how hype I am that it's finally happening. Nervous too, or understandably, everyone's nervous about surgery, but really, I really hope this goes well. I know the recovery is going to be tough, but I'm really looking forward to a gender euphoria at the end. So, short version, just what's relevant to you guys as viewers. Because of how the NHS works in Wales, I have to go to England to get the surgery. And unfortunately, I got the luck being put in like one of the furthest away parts of England, so it's going to be like a 4-5 hour train journey. I'm going to be stuck up there for 10 days after my surgery before I take you back into the hospital to take off the dressings, assess what's going on, do any extra surgery that might be needed. I'm going to be like basically catatonic for the first 2 days because of like wearing off the anaesthetic. And then even after that, they said I'm going to have very limited arm movement for the first few weeks. The doctor was really fun and described it like the funniest way ever. It's like you have to do T-Rex arms, like you can't raise your hands like higher than your resting elbow position, and I won't be able to carry anything heavier than a kettle. So hypothetically, I hope I'd still be able to like sit at the computer and do stuff in that situation, but I don't know just how much arm pain I'm going to be in. So basically what this means is like, I don't know how long I'll take to recover to be able to physically do editing, and I won't be able to physically do editing for at least 10 days because I'll be far away from my computer. I'm going to lose at least half of March. I'm just going to give like a bit of wiggle room here. Let's just say all of March is a wash. I probably won't be getting back to stuff until April. However, I have recorded like a quicker bonus video which I'm going to be putting in the March slot, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that while I'm gone. It's going to be uploading at the same time I'm getting my tits slopped off. Some bonus miscellaneous talk about top surgery that you can totally skip if you're not interested in this. I'm not going to be going into any like squicky detail, I just thought these are funny things to share with you guys. First off, the doctor had like a great sense of humour in our first checkup. I still remember she was like, nipple grafts are like putting a piece of pepperoni on. And like, it'll get purple before it gets better. Genuinely good advice. Apparently the bruising is quite intense and it pops after the first week or so. So if you weren't informed, you might think, oh no, something's gone wrong, I'm getting worse. But apparently that's totally normal. And apparently it'll hurt the least during that period, so I just shouldn't be worried about it. I'm also strangely excited that I'm going to get like an unusual type of surgery scar. They were like, oh, well, you're quite big, but like your chest size is really narrow considering your shoulders. And I'm like, yeah, I do have really wide shoulders for like an AFAB person. Big reason why even before I came out, I couldn't wear like women's fit t-shirts. But yeah, don't want to go into any gross detail, but they basically said like, it's really close together what you've got there. So instead of a usual expected double incision that they do for like chubbier people, it's going to be like a variant on that. It's going to be the same kind of incision, but it joins together in the middle. And I was like, whoa, that's I'm not worried about that at all. That actually sounds really funny because they showed pictures, like it legitimately looks like a smiley face on your chest, like the nipples and the eyes. I don't know if mine's going to turn out as perfectly hilarious as the sample photos, but fingers crossed, guys. I think genuinely that would help reduce like any self-consciousness I felt about having scars. It's hard to be like worried about like, oh, will your scar look scary to people if it just looks funny? Like I'm genuinely going in there like monster face on my chest surgery. Thank you, arbitrary strange luck of shoulder placement. Oh, also I got to have my first experience doing, vacuum pack clothing bags. One of the most unexpected expenses about top surgery is like all the things you have to buy for like your recovery period, like so many like specialized pillows for like different things, like you need like scarring tape, you need this and that. I had to like rebuy like a whole wardrobe of new shirts. I don't usually wear button-up shirts. And they were like, you can only wear button-up shirts for the first few weeks after surgery. The unexpectedly large amount of stuff I have to pack in my suitcase, and I got to use a vacuum pack bag for the first time. I didn't realise how funny it is watching them just go. So yeah, that was fun. I'm also really excited because 2 of my friends are coming down to meet me in England when I'm having the surgery and like to look after me for the first few days afterwards. And it generally has made me feel like so much less anxious about what's going on. My buddies Abby and Demo were like, let's make a big old day of it. Let's have a big celebration. We're going to have fun. We're going to make it like a fun friend roommate hangout so you can take home those memories of you rather than like just how much you were struggling. And it does take a lot of the edge off the anxiety to know like even if like hypothetically something does go really badly wrong, I'll have people there to help me. Like if I was like unconscious and they need to contact the doctor or something, like they would be there to help. And Demo in particular has been a super huge help because they know about like Airbnbs. I've never heard of Airbnbs before. I had no idea how to get them. But it's like a hotel, but instead you rent a whole like mini house. And I'm just super excited because like I'm quite a poor person. I live in like a very small 1-bedroom flat. So I'm like, oh my god, I get to see how the middle class lives for a week. Like it's still a tiny house, but like everybody else is standard. I'm like, oh my god, they have a washer and a dryer. I'm just so excited to like dry my clothes and they come out all toasty. I usually only get to experience that when like my washing machine breaks down and I have to use the laundromat. Of course, it's not all like hippy dippy happy, great, and no worries at all. I am still obviously worried. Everyone's gonna get worried about surgery, especially me, of like how long I've been waiting for it, how long I've been hyping up in my mind, and I'm like, I still keep thinking, like, what if something crazy goes wrong? What if I get the unlikely 5% chance of internal bleeding? Like, and I'm also really anxious just because I'm so grateful for my friends doing all this help for me, but I'm also really anxious, like, what if they're not going to enjoy it? What if I'm going to be, like, a total, like, depressive mess and hard to deal with when I'm recovering from surgery? Because I am going to be, like, basically unconscious for 2 days. And I'm like, that must be so boring to just sit around the house and, like, wait for me to wake up to actually, like, join the friend activities. And they keep telling me, like, we're not seeing it as, like, a holiday, we're seeing this as, we're going to come help you, but my mind still tells me, like, I'm the one who's initiated, who's made you guys come down to visit me for this. I should be the one being, like, the good host, like, taking you around to, like, restaurants and stuff like that. But also, it's just the fact that I don't know the area, so I wouldn't really be able to do that. It's all irrational worries. And I'm hugely less worried than I was, like, a few months ago, because my friends are being so kind to me. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing, that's why I'm going to be gone. I don't know if I'll make, like, an update video when I get back. Depends on how I'm feeling. And I'm definitely not going to be showing any, like, personal pictures of, like, the post-scarring or anything. Because, I mean, that's just not appropriate for a channel that's just mostly about gaming. But several months in the future, when hopefully the scarring has started going down, maybe I'll start feeling more confident to, like, use my face cam when I'm doing Let's Plays. I'm really hoping this will be, like, the massive mood booster that I really need. So anyway, enjoy the March filler video, and I will be back soon.